Hello and welcome to another episode of Her Helping Habit on Air. We are a Canadian fertility agency specializing in known egg donation, embryo donation, and surrogacy, helping intended parents, surrogates, and donors navigate their journeys through education, support, and advocacy. Through open conversations and shared experiences, we aim to empower everyone involved in the family building process. Her Helping Habit on Air does not provide medical advice. These are simply lived experiences shared to help make the often uncharted world of infertility feel a little less scary.
Today we are joined by a very interesting guest indeed. So welcome, hello.
Hi, I'm Emma, and I'm a donor coordinator at Her Helping Habit and a genetic counselor. And we are talking today about the Egg Donor Registry in Australia.
Can you share a little bit more about that? Do you know, how does that registry work?
Yeah, so, this is what I believe. Don't quote me 100% on this, but basically the idea is that we're thinking about autonomy and this principle of beneficence and basically doing well by the child, not just the parents. And so from that, there is this idea that children have the right to know their personal background. You know, it's important to be able to know our genetics, because what if there's something that could affect us that we want to know about? Or even just, out of curiosity, it's really important to be able to know where you come from and find who you're biologically related to. And so from that, Australia has established legalities where every child has the right to know that. And so I believe that it's, through like government databases that every donor is like in the database and accounted for, and they know who they donated to. And they keep this information so that when the child wants to know, that they can have that information released to them. And for anyone to donate, they basically need to agree to this so that everyone is on the same page. And I think it's really cool because it really is about, the best interest of the child and, our right to know who we're biologically related to. And so I don't know why Canada doesn't have the same thing. I think maybe it could be just to do with, all of this technology and all the things that we can do is progressing really fast. And it's important for policy to keep up with that, but also sometimes it doesn't necessarily keep up as much as it should. And there's this issue, but it hasn't put at the forefront of needing to be solved yet.
No, I think the UK has the same thing as Australia, because my friend was looking into egg donation and then was like, I don't know if I want to be on a registry, which is fair enough, but that was something that was then included in her decision making, right? I guess, it's weird that Canada doesn't know.
Yeah, that's really interesting. It's so, with all of this, there's just so much ethics involved in everything, and it's so hard because you're considering the input and well-being and autonomy of, the person donating and the person or couple receiving, as well as this unborn child who is going to live their life and be affected. So you kind of have to balance all of those things. So I think really the importance of this is highlighting the unborn child's autonomy and their well-being.
So it's interesting because Australia is the only country that has a registry where kids can apply and find out who their donor was. Because if you're adopted, you can apply and get your birth certificate, your original birth certificate with birth mom on that. But if you're donor conceived, there's nothing like that. It says on your birth certificate, mom, dad, so you might never know unless you do a DNA test that your donor conceived. So Australia has a registry similar to the adoption system where you can go and apply and find out, who was my donor and get access to that information. So it's tricky in the sense because I don't know if you would, how you would know to apply, or maybe you do it by chance, but you would go give them your legal name after 18 and they're going to say, here's your records of being IVF conceived or not. Whereas anywhere else in the world, that's just kind of foreign hidden information unless you do a DNA test.
Yeah, I'm literally just, maybe it was the agency or something that my friend went through, but she went like and had all the tests done, and then they were like, when their kid is 18, they are going to have access to who you
which
are.
is cool because maybe they're just doing like more informed consent, which we definitely like recommend because people aren't told like you're the way it's portrayed in the media and stuff. It's hush hush. You can donate and close the door and never think about it again. So I like if that's the case with your friend, like the agency would have, I guess, educated her a little bit more thorough because there's no such thing as anonymity now with DNA testing. Like that idea that you can close the door and never look back doesn't exist because you can go and buy a 23andMe test or Ancestry and do these home DNA kits and investigate yourself. So that anonymity isn't possible. So I think it's unfair for agencies like ourselves to be able to tell people like, yeah, you can be anonymous because even if we don't have a registry like that in Canada, which I think would be great to have, at the end of the day, someone can do a home DNA test and then you're no longer anonymous. So I think that's maybe the route they were going. If they could have an internal registry like we do here at HHH, but like globally or like legislation-wise, Australia is the only country that has something like that to protect kids conceived through third party.
Thank you for sharing this information with us. It's been great talking to you.
If you'd like to connect with us or have questions about known egg donation, embryo donation, surrogacy, becoming a parent, or exploring whether becoming a surrogate or donor is right for you, you can find us online at Her Helping Habit or email us at info@herhelpinghabit.com. We're passionate about educating and supporting all parties throughout the journey, and you can also book a free consultation with one of our coordinators directly through our website. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you again soon on the next episode of Her Helping Habit on Air. Thank you.